whole country is concerned about young people. And as 16-year-olds, so are we. Because the position of young people in the UK is far from good and getting worse.
For example, the UK is bottom of the UNICEF League for Child Wellbeing across 21 industrialised countries.
An estimated 63,000 pupils truant every day.
Last year, nearly 24,000 children were treated for alcohol and drug abuse.
And 20,000 young people were electronically tagged, an increase of 40% in 3 years.
And the number of under 16s who have been victims of knife crime has increased by 80%.
Worrying though these trends may be to adults, it is young people who are paying the highest price.
Each year, approximately 19,000 UK adolescents attempt suicide.
Not only are these problems getting worse, but they are costing the country billions of pounds every year that we can ill afford. So what is the solution?
We think that the most fundamental problem is a lack of positive motivation in young people.
Without motivation, there is no drive, energy, or incentive to succeed. Many young people see school as pointless, truant, get into trouble, end up jobless, and living on the state.
The Collegiate Times ran a headline in September this year which reads, "Lack of student motivation, a part of America's national decline." We think the same may be the case here in the UK.
I went back to my old school to ask Year 10 pupils and members of staff whether they think a lack of motivation contributes to current youth problems. Do you all think you're ambitious?
Fixing computers, a technician maybe, and that's like an ambition.
I say I want to work in a bank, but then other times that I don't want to do it anymore.
Who here considers themselves motivated?
I want to become a surgeon or a doctor. So from now on, I'm thinking of working like in work experience in a hospital or in a hospice where I could help people.
You see everyone and they're trying to be something and most of them don't make it, and that you just think that you're not going to make it, so you might as well just like give up or something.
These are bright pupils who go to a very good local school. They have ambitions, but even they seem to lack motivation. We asked why.
It might be a consequence of many factors. It could be a consequence of they haven't really tapped into something that really inspires them.
Our research suggests that lack of motivation is largely the fault of a social framework that is not providing the right messages or environment for young people.
Adult decision makers rarely ask young people what they think, but we believe we should be involved in the decisions that affect our lives.
But if they sat down and listened to what we had to say and things, they'll have a different perspective of everything that we do.
I think that teenagers will be in control of this country and other countries later on in life, so they must have a say now.
From my viewpoint, I think there's a lot of short-term initiatives or short-term plans. If I was in government, what I would really like to see is the whole issue of youth engagement and youth motivation taken on with a more long-term view in mind.
Sustained youth programmes cost money, but what is the price of a generation of demotivated young people?
The cost of educational underachievement is estimated at £18 billion a year.
Youth unemployment costs around £20 million a week.
And it causes productivity losses to the economy estimated at £10 million a day.
Each juvenile offender costs the country £75,000 a year.
And the total cost of youth crime in the UK is about £1,028 million a year, over £1 billion.
The only good news is that all of this money is waiting to be saved. And at a time when everything is being cut, including the youth service, this should be a major incentive for everyone to support this project.
You know what, I'm really pleased that you guys have come in, because this is one of the things that we are constantly battling, trying to engage with young people, trying to empower young people, because without that, I think we're on a hiding to nothing.
We want to work with young people and adults in our local area to find and test possible solutions.
And film and document the whole process to create a blueprint for change that can be shared with other communities.
We ask you to support this project in whatever way you can, because young people need your help.
We don't have to be the problem. With your support, we can be the solution.